All right, so now we're going to have some fun. We're going to be using pretty much all the steps here. It won't be distributed property in this one, but we'll get to that part. But obviously, first thing, make sure you copy down correctly, especially if you're working these in your notebook. But I do want to see the answers and the work in here, if at all possible. We will definitely be combining like terms and adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing and checking answers and all that. I have already included the answer to this one right here. I'm going to go through and I'm going to work it. So I just kind of brought along to show you what they had shown. But so we've seen several, not ones with variables on both sides, but we've seen where, with equal sign and that sort of thing, and moving stuff around. I'm going to start out showing you how I do this. I like to draw a line first. Some people put a dashed line, a dotted line, that's fine. Then you have to make this decision, okay? Do you want to, which side do you want to put the variables on? Which side do you want to put the numbers on? So the idea is I want to get x equals something, right? I mean, you guys get that part. But so I'm going to make the decision right now. I'm going to move the variables to this side and the numbers to this side. So I get x equals something. So what that means, if I want to start moving variables, right? I start right here. I'm going to get rid of that 2x from both sides. So that means I'm going to subtract the 2x here, subtract it here. Okay, remember, do the same thing to both sides here. So 5x minus 2x is 3x. Got to bring down the plus 2 for the fun of it. Equals, and then this 2x is gone, so 14. Always watch the sign in front here. Now it looks like ones we've been doing. So you guys know, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. Because I want to get rid of the 2 here and move it over to here is the idea. So on the left side, I'm left with 3x. On the right side, I've got 14 minus 2 is 12. Now you take a look at it real quick. Okay, well now it looks like the one steps we've been doing. So obviously I'm going to divide that 3, and we find x equals 4. Now the check remains exactly the same. I take and plug my answer, 4, everywhere I see x. So I'm going to have 5 times 4 plus 2 equals 2 times 4 plus 14. On the left side, this is 20 plus 2. On this side, it's 8 plus 14. Well, 20 plus 2 is 22. 14 plus 8 is also 22. So my answer of 4 was correct, and my check proved it. Now, again, if that went too quick for you, rewind it. It's only a couple minutes long. Watch me do it again. Hear me discuss it. Ask me questions in real life, like raise your hand, Mr. Sorensen, and we'll go through it. No big deal. All righty? All right, now, pause, head into class kick. I've put 3 in there for you to work. And ask questions, and do come back here and check them. Just don't assume that you're right. Okay, so I was wrong. I didn't put 3 in there for you. I put 1. I was thinking 3. It's a different lesson. I'm actually trying to do 2 lessons at once. So whatever. There's a lesson for me, right? Alrighty. So on this one, I'm going to draw that line first like I did before that you saw me draw. So I'm going to go like this. Then I'm going to decide what side do I want the variables on, what side do I want the numbers on. And I'm going to go, now here's how I pick it, by the way. I go, oh, well, there's a bigger k over here, so I'm going to move the 4 over here and subtract. So I'm trying to keep k positive. If that doesn't work, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But and if you don't want to do it that way, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to put the variables here. I'm going to put the numbers over here. So I want to get rid of this 4k. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract 4k from this side to get rid of it. And if I do it there, I got to do it here. 7k minus 4k is 3k. Bring down the plus 2. On the right side, I got rid of the 4k, so it equals negative 10. Don't lose that sign in front. Now, obviously, I want to get rid of this 2, so I subtract the 2 from both sides. 3x equals, it's negative 12. Negative 10 minus 2 more is negative 12. Divide off that 3, and x is negative 4. And again, plug it back in. Show me the check. Take this negative 4, put it back in here to the original, right? That's going to be negative 28 plus 2 is negative 26. Over here, 16. Negative 16 minus 10 more is negative 26. And again, plug it in and work it out. But it does work. Alrighty, continue for more examples from me. Finally, we get to use that distributive property. So again, look at here for your steps. Write down the original problem. Distributive property. I'm going to do that this time, finally. Combine like terms. Going to do some of that. adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and checking of the answer. So let's do that, shall we? I'm going to draw that line that I like to draw first. On the left side, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute. So I've got here 2 times 5x, 2 times negative 1. So 10x minus 2. Over here, 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 11 is plus 33. Now then, I got to decide variables and numbers, right? I'm going to put the variables over here, numbers on this side. So that means I start out by subtracting the 3x here. Subtract 3x here. Again, both sides. This is where you got to show me those steps, people. So over here I get 7x minus the 2. 3x's are gone. Equals 3. I want to move the 2 to the right side, so I got to add 2. Add 2. So, you know, I said 33. I just caught an error here real quick. Hopefully you caught it too. I said 33. I didn't think I wrote 30. Oh, it is. That's a 33 right there, right? That's 33. Let me go back and just erase a little bit. Okay, there we go. So this is 33. And so over here was 33. There we go. Gosh darn it. All right. So anyway, now I add that too. So I get 7x equals 35. That's better. Hopefully you caught that, right? Ready to divide off that 7. Divide off that 7. And x is a positive 5. And again, the check. Right? Going to go back and do that here real quick. Let me get this out of the way here. I'm going to plug that 5 back into the original. Everywhere I see an x. So I've got 2 times 5 times 5, right, because there's an x there, minus 1, equals 3 times 5 plus 11. So let's see, in here 5 times 5 is 25, minus 1 is 24, so 2 times 24. Over here, 5 plus 11 is 16, so 3 times 16. 2 times 24 is 48. Well, so is 3 times 16, right? Yep, 3 times 6, 18. Yep, so 48. So my answer works. The check proves it. X is 5. Go ahead and pause, head into class kick. I've got another one for you. No, really a couple anyway. All right, so I'm going to draw that line that I like to start off with, and we're going to distribute. 4 times 2y is 8y. 4 times 1 is 4. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times negative 13 is negative 26. I'm going to subtract the 2y, so I want to put variables on this side, numbers on this side. So subtract the 2y to get rid of it here, right? Subtract 2y. Leaves me with 6y. Bring down the plus 4 equals negative 26. We're going to subtract the 4, and 6y equals negative 30. Again, because negative 26 minus 4 more is negative 30. Divide that 6, and y is negative 5. And again, the check. Plug that back in. So I'm going to switch colors here. We're going to say 4 times 2 times negative 5 plus 1 equals 2 times negative 5 minus 13. So on the left side, 2 times negative 5 is negative 10, plus 1 is negative 9, right, times 4. Negative 5 minus 13 is negative 18, so 2 times negative 18. And, well, let's see here. Oh, that's definitely the same thing, right? I mean, even if you didn't finish it, you obviously we know that, 4 times 9 is 36. So I've got negative 36, and 2 times 18 is definitely negative 36. So my answer, negative 5, was correct. All right, so you had a couple here. Again, I like to draw that line to start with. Let's go ahead and distribute next. So make sure you copy down correctly, right, if you put it on paper. Distribute next. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times negative a, or the opposite of a, is negative 7a. Over here, 3 times a is 3a. 3 times negative 4 is negative 28. Okay. No, it's not. What the heck am I thinking? No, that's negative 12. I was looking at the other side. There we go. This time I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to go ahead and put the variables on this side, the numbers on the left side, because I want to have positive variables if at all possible. Just because. I just like it that way. If you don't, it doesn't matter. No big deal. So I'm going to start out by adding 7a to both sides. Add 7a. So on this side, I get 28, because obviously I get rid of the 7a's. 3a plus 7a is 10a. Bring down the minus 12. Add the 12, add the 12. Again, that gets rid of the 12s over here. So 10a equals 40. Divide the 10, and a equals 4. Now again, what does the check look like for that? Well, in the check, scoot this up out of the way here. In the check, I need to plug in, I have a random 4 up there. I had to plug that 4 in back into the original equation. So let's do that real quick. So that means I've got 7 times 4 minus 4 equals 3 times 4 minus 4. Well, 4 minus 4 is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 4 minus 4 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. So my 4 worked perfectly.